Hey everybody, Manny Telebear here. We're now on day 70, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Reach again. I'm going to give you all an overview of Reach in private Facebook groups and kind of explain the problem as I see it. And there's probably going to be some review here. We probably covered this in some ways, but I have been trying to fix my Facebook group, and so I'm going to give you all my take on Reach, how I'm trying to fix it, and whether I think it will work or not, and just kind of give you all some insights on this. And so, a percentage of my problems are because of Reach. I've got a Facebook group I had a Facebook group. At one point, we were at 21,000 members, and today, where I think I've deleted down to 15,250 or so, 15,1, yeah, 15,200 as of today or so. And we're going to continue to remove members from this group. And the goal here is to delete another 3 or 4,000 members. And so the problem is that I have a private Facebook group that used to be extremely active. And anytime I would post in that group, I could post that I'm offering strategy sessions. People would reach out. I could post offers. People would buy them. And I used to make a fairly decent living from this group. And now I could offer free money in the group for the most part. And I would not give any away because Facebook isn't showing my content to anyone. And so the reach in this group, it fell way off. And for a while there, while I was getting, for the most part, any post would get around 200 reach, which is nothing. So basically 200 out of 17, 15, 17, or 20,000 people. Now the thing is cracked up again, and my reach the last few days was 17, 19, 21, 32. And so what that means is Facebook is showing my content to 21 people, and there's 17,000 here, 15,000. And so you can't make any money if no one sees your stuff. And so originally, when I first started removing members, actually, I did a 4,000 member purge and got down to 17.7. And I stayed at 17.7 for a really long time. And then what happened when I started deleting again, the plan was I was going to go in and remove inactive Facebook members and people who were not inactive group members and people who were not a fit. And so we have a lot of people in the group who are not the right fit. People who work for stealth agents, which is essentially glorified appointment setters, VAs, PAs, video editors, a lot of people out of the Philippines and Nigeria. And we have a lot of people who fit that criteria. They're not coaches, consultants, or course creators. They're mostly in the group to hopefully sell some of their wares, but they're not building a traditional business. And they're not, like I said, they're not in the US, UK, or any place like that. And so when I first went in and started deleting people, I was deleting inactive accounts, and I was also deleting these other people. I was deleting inactive Facebook users and also deleting people who were not a fit. But what happens as I started scrolling to delete these people one at a time, what I found was that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of accounts that are absolutely inactive on Facebook. And so a lot of people, when I first started doing this, everybody said Friend Finder Pro, and there's a million different softwares. And what happened is when I deleted the first 750 off, the group spiked. This group started getting some activity, and my posts went up to 500 and 750 reach. And I had about 10 or 15 or 20 posts. I had one that actually went to 1,500, which I hadn't seen those numbers in years. And so we had a temporary spike in engagement. But this is the other thing that we had. I had a lot of people message me or post in the group, "Hey, Manny, just seeing your group for the first time in years. Forgot you were here." And so what it is it dawned on me that people who are in this group, who are active on Facebook, but are not active in the group, aren't active in the group because Facebook's not showing it to them. And so what I decided and my mindset or modus operandi was this: it makes no sense at all to delete inactive group members, because inactive group members could be active group members if Facebook was showing your content to them. And so to go into Friend Finder Pro or any of these softwares and start removing inactive group members, to me, I think you're making a huge mistake. I think it is the absolute wrong thing to do. And I think if you do it, you kill the group worse. Because what you're doing is you're essentially inactive group member. You're deleting people who might be active if they started seeing your stuff again. And the conclusion I came to is the problem isn't inactive group members. The problem is inactive Facebook members. Now, this is the thing. Sometimes they are one and the same. I totally get that. But my take on this is that you need to scroll the group and you need to look for members who have not been active on Facebook in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 7 years. And what you want to think about, first of all, number one, no easy way to do this. How I do it, I open a window and I am going straight down my group. I'm going straight down my group, looking at members. And what I'm doing is I'm copying their name and opening another browser. So browser one, I'm in my Facebook group looking at members. Browser two, I copy a name, paste it into that browser, and I look at it to see if it is active or not, and see when the last time it was active. And I can tell you there are a metric, and so just so you understand how this works. Let's say you've got a group with 10,000 members and you've had the group for 10 years. So how this is going to work is the members who are in your first year, your most recent year, a lot of those people are going to be active, 80 or 90%. The second year is going to drop down to 75. The third year is going to drop down to 70, and so on. And what it is, the further down you get, the less active those people are, because the older the accounts are. And unfortunately, Facebook won't let us start with the oldest account and work backward. We're starting with the newest account and working down, which is not the best way to do it. It's not efficient at all. But I can tell you, I'm in year 2021 and I am running in, what I'm seeing is at least 60% of the accounts in my group from 2021 are no good. They're accounts where there has been no engagement on that account in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. Now, when you're doing this, I'm going to tell you some things you need to do. The first thing you need to do is look at their most recent post. Now, their most recent post might not mean anything, because a lot of people have a pin post. So they'll have a pin post that's 2023, 2022. It's a pin post. It's up there at the top. So you can't look at that as their most recent date. You got to scroll down a little bit and look at their most recent post, number one. Number two, you need to make sure they are the one who posted. So when you look, you got a name here, and you've got all this activity. You're looking for that name in the activity and not other people, because the problem is that a lot of these people, they were active on Facebook, that their account got hacked or got shut down or something happened. And then what it is that they had 500 friends and now their friends are all spamming their page. And so the page will have all kinds of recent activity, but it's not recent activity from the person who created the page. So first thing you need to do is find that person's most recent post. The next thing you need to do is look at the post after that, the previous post after that. We're looking for recency and we're looking for frequency. So did the person post in April, and prior to that, they haven't posted since last August. And that, there's 7 months between posts. If there's 7 months between posts, that person is not active at all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a rule of thumb here. Throw out the most recent post. Just throw it out. And I'll tell you why. I think it's fake. I think that there's shenanigans going on. I think Facebook is essentially getting paid based on how many people are on the platform. and how many people are active on the platform. And so dead accounts don't help Facebook. But if the person posts once a year, Facebook will say that person is active, even though they are not. And I don't think they're posting. And what you're going to find if you do this, you're going to find a lot of posts that are recent. And then you scroll down and you see the person hasn't posted for 2 or 3 or 4 years. And in my opinion, Facebook is populating those. And so I throw out the first post. I don't pay any attention to it. Now, the thing is, if they posted in April, on April 15th, then April 13th, then April 12th, then April 11th, clearly they're legit. So I'm looking for recency, and I'm looking for frequency. Is there a huge gap between post 1, 2, 3, and 4? If they've got a 6-month gap between any of those, they're not active. They're not on Facebook, and you can just delete the account. You can just move on. But like I said, that's what you want to look at. And this is the other thing. When you do this, if you're questioning, so if you got posts and if you're looking at it and you got a post last month and the month before last and the account's marginal and you're not sure, my advice is leave it, because what's going to happen is you're going to have plenty of accounts that haven't been active since 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022. You're not going to have any trouble finding accounts to remove. And the further down you go, the worse, the more you're going to remove. And like I said, I'm in 2021 and I feel like I'm deleting 60% of them. Wait until I get to 2018. When I get to 2018, 90% of those accounts are probably going to be gone. And, in my opinion, when I get done with this, my account will probably be half of what it is now. So it'll probably be 7,500. Now, will this work? So the question is, will this take a dead account, a dead Facebook group, and wake it up? And the answer to that is, I have no idea. I can tell you, we got a huge spike when I deleted the first 750 off. And then we fell completely back off the radar. I mean, it just basically tanked and nobody's seeing anything again. And I've made 7 or 8 posts so it's real simple. You make a post and you get comments, likes, shares, and people engage, or you make posts and you get nothing. And now I'm making posts again and getting nothing. No one is seeing anything. And so will it work? I don't know. If I had to put a percentage on it, 20% this works, 80% it doesn't. But this is my mindset on it. I have a group with 17,600 people and no one sees anything. If I delete 10,000 people from that group and I have a group with 7,600 people and no one sees anything, it's all the same to me. It doesn't matter how big the group is if no one's seeing anything. And so the group has no value to you, whether there's 75 people in it, or 750 or 7,500 or 75,000. The only value of the group is that it gets reach. And if it doesn't get reach with 7,500, to me, I didn't lose anything by deleting 10,000 people, because I'm not getting traffic at 17,700 people anyway. And so that's what you have to look at. And so will this work? I have no idea. You will probably have spikes in traffic, spikes in reach. And it takes a very long time. If you're really, really good at this, you can delete maybe 75 to 100 an hour. I don't think anyone can really remove 100 accounts an hour doing it manually. But at 100 an hour, you're looking at 50 to 100 hours minimum to actually get through the group and remove people. And so that's my take. And so I just wanted to give you all an update on reach. And again, like I said, I'm sure that we've talked about this in the past. Just want to give you all kind of an update where we're at today. We're at 15,200. I have removed another 750 or so, and the group is pretty much dead again. But hopefully, maybe when I remove the next 1,000, we will wake up, the group will wake up again. But like I said, in my opinion, stay away from the software. in my opinion, do not focus on inactive people in your group. Focus on inactive people on Facebook. Because in my opinion, so my mindset is this. So you've got to get exactly where I'm coming from. You have all of these people on Facebook who are active on Facebook, but they're not active in your group. And my mindset is they're not active in your group because Facebook's not showing them your group, because they're sending reach out to a bunch of accounts that are dead. Well, when those accounts are gone now, they're going to send, one thing we know is if you delete all of this, they're going to send traffic to people who are active on Facebook, and those people could come back, but they can't come back if they don't see you. And then, like I said, I think it's a mistake to delete people who would be active if Facebook was showing them your content. And so that's my take on it. But we're going to end out. I hope you got some value here, and we will see you all in the next video. And thanks a lot.